Hello, guys. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Welcome. Say hello as you are popping on. This is my final live stream for the week. Today is Thursday night, February 15th. I hope you guys have had an amazing week thus far. I know my week has been so full. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like February is just like creeping by. And that's actually really, really good. I really enjoy that. But I'm like, it's only the 15th. It just feels like it's been such a full month thus far. So I hope you guys have had a productive week. I hope you've had a productive month. I hope you are pleased with your month thus far, pleased with your week thus far. And tonight, I think I'm going to really send you guys off for the week with something very, very powerful. My intention was to actually do this as a video today, but I waited too long, and where my office is positioned, it's just the noise got too bad. And I knew that I was going to just end up being more mad than anything. So I decided to go ahead and do this live. So I hope it can be so helpful to you guys nonetheless. And the likelihood is I'll go ahead and record it as a video as well. So hello, Megan. Good to see you. So as you can see, the title has a little chess piece, and it says, here's the fail-proof plan to make $100,000 a year online. That is what I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight. Y'all, I know some words like fail-proof and foolproof and guarantee, like we've become accustomed to thinking like those words, like they don't exist. Like we can't make any guarantee, and nothing is fail-proof. Nothing is foolproof. And what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to help dispel that for you. I hope that I'm going to put that to rest and to bed, where you'll begin to see, because you think there are no guarantees, how much of a limiter you've put on your life and certain expectation and results, because you do believe that things can be failed, that again, you've put limiters on your life and on expectations of your life. Because you think that, that there is a way to fail at something, or that something, is like, it's not foolproof, or however you want to look at it, right? I think a lot of times we tell ourselves things. And as I look at my notes, right, one of the first things I said tonight, I wanted to make sure that I shared, is that what I'm sharing tonight will cause you to make money, period. It's really important that I put that out there. As a lot of you guys have been realizing, that I've just been a lot more pointed with a lot of the things that I say, because what I know is telling myself things like that, right, have made the world of difference in my own business. So what I'm telling you tonight, here's my fail-proof way to make $100,000 a year online. I'm telling you, what I'm sharing with you tonight will cause you to make money, period. Write that down at the top of your paper. Okay, what I'm sharing with you tonight will cause you to make money, period. Right? So the first thing that I want to share in kicking this off is, it's safe for a lot of us, and let me know if you can agree with this. It's really, really safe for a lot of us to say things like there are no guarantees, right? Like, would you agree with that, right? It feels really good to say things like, oh, there are no guarantees. And like, literally, as human beings, we love to stack the cards against ourselves and make way for excuses and escape. Think about that just for a second. And I do not want to veer from my notes on this. I have notes here, and then I have, this is the fail-proof plan. But this is what leads into it. This is what I was like so inspired to share as kind of like the lead-in, the precursor. Because to me, like, this really is this is the bits right here that really does make the difference, right? So literally, as human beings, we love to stack the cards against ourselves and make way for excuses and escape, right? We want to be able to say, oh, it wasn't my fault because, right? Oh, well, you know what? The failure rate is so high. It's no wonder why I'm failing. Believe it or not, as human beings, we are accustomed very much so to the comfort in, if it's not working for someone else, that's fine. I understand why it's not working for me, because other people have failed. So it's like, literally, we are always looking for the comfort in, it's okay to fail. It's okay to make excuses, right? Not everybody can win. Not everyone can get to 100,000. right? There's only the top 10% for a reason. There's only the top 1% for a reason, right? As people of color, how long have we said things like the man is keeping us down? Again, we're always looking for excuses and a way of escape. And believe it or not, that instantly puts limiters, right, on what you will actually accomplish. You begin stacking the cards against you. Like you already begin stacking the L's. Instead of positioning yourself to play chess, you're barely even playing checkers because you've already counted yourself out of this. So what if instead we adapted a fail-proof mindset and a fail-proof mentality? Let me know if this is making sense. What if instead, like we started to adapt a fail-proof mindset? The more and more people I spend time with, I realize really great at lip service, but little things like this is where so many people are lacking. The fail-proof mentality, the fail-proof mindset. I'm not going to stack the cards against me. I'm not going to give myself an escape plan. I'm not going to give myself an excuse. I don't care what the masses are doing. I don't care that more percentage or a greater percentage are failing than succeeding. I don't care about the disparity between what this group of people are doing compared to this group of people. I don't care about those things because I'm an anomaly. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I feel about it. I'm an anomaly. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. It doesn't matter what results anyone else is getting compared to me. And none of that even matters to me. So again, we go back to the very first thing that I said to kick this off. Tonight, what I'm sharing with you will cause you to make money, period. Because it's going to help you adapt a way where you can't see through not winning. Like you're not going to you're not going to be able to see any other way but winning. Losing's not going to make sense. Not making money is not going to compute. Like it's going to stop making sense to you. Because believe it or not, right, for the majority of people out there, it makes sense not to win. It makes sense not to get results. It makes sense to struggle. Like a lot of the things, right, that we just take as, oh, it's just the way things are, it makes sense to us. For those of y'all that have been rocking with me for a little bit of time, how many times have you guys heard me say it makes way more sense for me to make money than to not make money? I can't fathom the idea of showing up and doing what I do and not make money. I can't. Now, you don't have to chime in here because oftentimes our results they show for it anyways. But I want you to check yourself on that. Where are you when it comes to that? Does it really make more sense for you to make money than to not make money? And what I mean by this is there's lip service, but then there's just this vibe of knowing, right? Where it almost converge on like cockiness. But for me, I call it an element of certainty. It makes way more sense for me to make all of the money that I desire than to make no money at all, or to fail, or to not win. So going into this, right, the reason that I can say tonight will cause you to make money, period, is because I'm hoping to usher you into a mindset of I'm hoping to usher you into a way of adapting a fail-proof mindset. All right. And then if you choose to adapt, right, and create or follow a fail-proof model. So think about this first. First, a fail-proof mindset. It's impossible to fail. It's impossible for me not to make money. Right? You start refuting, right, the impossibility of things. Doesn't make sense. Can't even fathom it. Just like if you were to wake up and go to work, do you sit in your car and you're like, I wonder, am I going to make it to work? I wonder, am I going to actually clock in? I wonder in 20 or 30 minutes, will I really be sitting at my desk? Do you sit in your car and contemplate that? Or do you get in your car with this level of certainty that you're in just a few minutes, however long it takes you, you're going to be at work. You're going to be going throughout your day. See, that certainty right there, that people have going throughout their day, doing what they're doing, leaving home and getting to work, knowing they're going to get to work, leaving your house to go pick someone up at the airport, knowing they're going to be there at the designated time. That level of certainty is the level of certainty I have in my business. It's the level of certainty I have when it comes to doing a thing and knowing I'm going to make money. That is where I feel right now that I'm so called to help more people drop into that space right there. When you can drop into that space, the way that you show up and the actions that you take inside of your business will absolutely change. They will command results. So that when you can first adapt the fail-proof mindset, and secondly, you can adapt and create or follow a fail-proof model or fail-proof plan or fail-proof blueprint, right? Imagine what you can accomplish. Okay, that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. Okay, here's the thing. I can't give you the mindset. At best, I can allow you to copy my mindset, or I can let you not copy. I can allow you to borrow my mindset at best. When things didn't quite make sense to me as I would hear people say certain things, I would just write this down. I would try it on for size. And at first, there were just some things that were more like, I would never say them. Like I never faked the funk. But I just started to like reason with myself around them. And then as I had more guts and I got more bold to take certain actions, because like on a practical level, action taking just made sense for me. And I saw that if I just made the decision to do something that I could get a result, that's when my mind started to follow. I started activating like a different level of belief. And out of all the years that I've been online, with all that I've accomplished, with things that I've set my mind to, and that I've been able to manifest, pull off, or make happen, I've realized that with each and every one of those things, like as I catalog them, there was this element of I cannot fail. This is going to work for me. There was this element of certainty that I wasn't doubting myself or questioning myself. So at first, with a lot of my mentors, like a lot of my mindset mentors, and even just like higher level mentors, where naturally they brought the mindset element to the game, I had to borrow their mindset for a period of time. I didn't lie to myself and say, oh yeah, what you're saying is the truth. I get it, because I didn't get it. I didn't. But I committed to working on it until I had proof, right? That, wow, like adapting that mindset and even borrowing it when I didn't really have it for myself helped me get over certain humps. And I know I'm probably like blowing y'all's mind with this. It's not stuff that a lot of people talk about, but it is a difference maker. One reason why I say mentorship is really, really important, because it's really about getting around the right people or the right person for a span of time, right? And a lot of things, like experiencing a lot of things on a repetitive level. I used to always say this: you're not going to get off like this live stream and your life be changed. You're not going to get off this live stream and fully adapt what I'm saying here. You're not going to get off this live stream and likely even get what I'm saying here. When I go to yoga, right, one of the things they always say in yoga, right, is this is your practice. Right? There are things that we do, right? But the level in which you want to take this particular move, right? Does anyone do yoga or Pilates? It's still very individualized, right? It's your practice. This is the move we're working on right now, but how deep you decide to go with it is your practice. Y'all, your business is your practice. Everything is a work in progress, right? It's our practice to decide to get good at things, to get better at things, right? We all start someplace, but how deep we decide to go with it, right, all comes down to the fact that we've made our business a practice. And so it's never about like showing up and, oh, I got it, so I can just check out, I don't need it, or I went through a course, I'm good. because so many of the things that I've mastered in my business now, right, from mindset to practical stuff, it's because I constantly stayed around, right, certain people that just kept reinforcing these things where I was like, oh, they're not lying. They keep saying it. And or I would just see it in the way that they showed up. I would see it in the way that they worked. Until it got to a place with me where I'm like, I don't really have any other choice but to change, but to see things in this way, but to do things in this way. And before I knew it, right, a lot of these things just began to be a practice for me and a way of business and even a way of life for me. So when I share these things, this is not like mindset, magic mojo crap. Like, this is like certain. This is for sure an element, right, of my success, without a doubt. So initially, you might have to borrow it, all right? When it comes to the fail-proof model, plan, or blueprint, that's what I'm going to actually share with you tonight, all right? Can't give you the mindset. You can borrow it. I can give you the fail-proof plan, and I'm going to give you every reason, not for why it's fail-proof, but for when, write this down, but for when it becomes fail-proof and for who it becomes fail-proof for. Wow. So I'm not here to convince you that it is fail-proof, but I'm going to walk you through and explain when it becomes fail-proof and who it becomes fail-proof for. Right? I just gave you a lot to think about with that in itself. So yeah, does it mean that someone could take notes on these things and it not work for them? Absolutely. That's why the failure rate's like 84%. Because the 16% that are changing their lives to some degree with the information see it in a different way, receive it in a different way, doing something with it in a different way than the 84% that are like, that didn't work for me, right? That's stupid. That's just more of that mess. Let me go to Warrior Plus and buy this $9.99 manifesto and see if this will work. Again, you guys, the masses are what? What are the masses doing? The masses are failing in every area of life possible. Who has good credit? The masses? No. Who has the savings accounts? The masses. Who has the investment accounts? The masses. Who's building wealth? The masses? No. So we don't want to do what the masses are doing. We want to choose to look at things differently so we don't get what the masses are getting. So this is only going to work, and I hate saying things work, but literally it's only going to work if you believe that it's fail-proof for all of the reasons that make sense for it to be fail-proof, which I'm going to help you explain to that. I'm going to break it down and help you understand that tonight. I'm going to say it again, write that down. It's only going to work if you believe it's fail-proof. So if you believe you're receiving a fail-proof plan today, for all the reasons that make sense for it to be fail-proof. The written steps itself are not fail-proof. You understanding the reasons for why it's fail-proof is what makes it fail-proof for you. Someone say, wow. And I know this like verges on like esoteric, but again, the masses think a certain way and they get a certain result. Those that are winning and succeeding, they have figured out a different way to think, a different way to be. And yeah, and in a lot of instances, we want to call it esoteric because it's not the masses' way of thinking. Makes sense? Like a lot of these things we want to say is, oh, it's esoteric. No, it's not. It's just the masses don't talk about it. They're not sitting around the kitchen table talking about this right now. Right? They're talking about how they're getting screwed over by the economy, screwed over by the man. how the color of their skin is stopping them, or how, they got passed over for a promotion, but it had nothing to do with them. Lack of responsibility in everything. Where when we, right, the 16%, because I'm just claiming that for everybody, almost at a cellular level, we decide to take responsibility. Think about that for a second, y'all. Because if we want to say like this is like esoteric, it's not. It's the simple fact that you're deciding to make words on a paper make sense for you in a way, or words on a paper for the masses doesn't work for them, because for them, it's just words on a paper. Where for you, you're going to be able to put meaning behind the words on the paper, the steps that are being spelled out, so that they become fail-proof for you. So we can decide to keep looking at things like the masses, or we can decide to say, you know what? Yeah, this is kind of weird. Like for real, like we can decide to say, yeah, this is kind of weird. But where has the massive way of thinking gotten me? Where has that gotten me? Okay, so what I am sharing and what I'm saying has in fact worked for me over and over and over again. There is no doubt in my mind, and anyone that knows me, I'm a way different person than I was on day one, a way different person than I was a year into this, a way different person than I was 2 years into this, a way different person than I even was last year. Is because, again, I truly believe that I didn't transform at the business level. I transformed really, again, like at the cellular level, right? At like my DNA, I transformed. And the biggest part of that is responsibility in everything, right? Responsibility in everything. I hear that, Ty. Love that. I'm ready to make this change. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, you guys. So here we go. Okay, number one. Okay, don't look at the first word and say, oh my gosh, I heard this. Okay, because again, that's the masses. Because here's the thing. Oh, I heard this. Well, congratulations. You're making all the money you want to make, right? Someone say, ouch. Because how many of y'all have had that spirit about you? I know that. Oh, so based upon what you're saying, you're making all the money you want to make. You've changed your life. Because it's not about what you know. It's about what you've done with what you know. And if you keep hearing the same things and you keep saying, I know, and you're not changing, at some point, you should wake up and say, well, there must be real truth to this. And that's great that I know it, but how am I applying it? Y'all, that's when things become foolproof. That's how things become foolproof, when you become a product of each and every one of these steps. Someone write that down. When you can become a product of each and every one of these steps, that's when you can say, oh, yeah, I know that. Because you've applied it. Okay, so again, the steps tonight are not just the steps, but to make them fail-proof, we have to know why they're fail-proof and for who they're fail-proof. Like why can we even consider them as being fail-proof? Meaning, fail-proof basically meaning stuff. You tell me to do this, I will make money. That's what I mean by fail-proof. And that's why I said tonight will cause you to make money if you're really here for this. All right, y'all, so step number one. You got to get the knowledge. Steph, what does this mean? As an example, I'm not even playing around tonight. As an example, right? I decided for one phase of my business, I want to learn Pinterest. I think it'll be a great platform to grow a phase of my business on Pinterest, right? So I logged into the roadmap, went through the Pinterest training for like the second or third time, and I'm finally taking action on it. Like it's time for me to take action on it. I cannot fail. And here's the thing. I cannot fail at Pinterest. You understand that, right? I cannot fail. I will not fail. It's inconceivable for me to fail on Pinterest. I will not waste my time. I will not blow my time. I will not squander my time. I will grow an audience. I will generate leads. I will make money on Pinterest. Because in getting the knowledge, number one, I made the step. I want to learn this. So I went and learned it. And I quickly turned right back around. And as I was watching for the third time, I started implementing in real time for the third time. There's not a fiber in me that says I'm wasting my time, that I'm going to do it wrong, that this is not going to work for me. Nothing. because there's nothing that I've learned that I've applied in my business that has not worked for me. Yo, I do not like Facebook ads, but when I was open to learning Facebook ads, I grew my email list exponentially through Facebook ads. But I didn't like the process. I didn't like having a list of cold friggin' people. And so I choose not to do that. I can pretty much go on record and tell you, I have not failed in anything that I've attempted online. There's not one thing that I've learned and applied. So I'm not just talking about signing up for the digital marketing course with master resale rights. I'm not just talking about going and buying a digital product and consuming it. I got the knowledge. What does getting the knowledge mean to you? What does, oh, I know that mean to you? Getting the knowledge to me means I've consumed the information and I had an intent on learning it to do something with it. I didn't say go invest into some training, did I? Very different. I said get the knowledge. So if we're talking about fail-proof, do you really, really, really believe that if you got the knowledge, because you guys, when we think about this, I don't know if I can get through all this tonight, y'all. I'm going deeper than I thought. And I love seeing people. I love seeing the eyeballs change while I'm doing this because that's just, people that aren't ready. What does get the knowledge mean? What does get the knowledge mean? See, if you can understand what get the knowledge means, to me, again, how we make it fail-proof. Because for me, when you tell me to go get the knowledge on something, I'm processing what to do with it as I'm learning it. It's not just me gaining the knowledge for vanity's sake or, just to know something. I'm being made better and I'm putting it into practice. I'm never going to just get the knowledge for no reason. I'm going to be made better by it and I'm going to make my business better by it. Therefore, whatever I'm getting the knowledge on, first off, I'm getting that knowledge for an intentional reason. Yeah. Right. So like in this instance, I didn't just get the knowledge for Pinterest for general knowledge or to say our Pinterest training is really dope. I got the knowledge in this instance because I already knew in my head that I wanted to use this for a part of my business. Therefore, there's nothing in me that says I just got this knowledge for nothing and it's going to go to waste because I'm going to put it into practice because I was intentional about getting the knowledge. So therefore, I've never failed and I will not fail anytime I get the knowledge because part of getting the knowledge for me is putting it into practice, period. So you see how step one, do you see how some of you guys that are already in the roadmap, you're already in the digital marketing course. And I said, okay, so you got set up and that's that? Like, that's all you want out of it to get set up? Well, then don't come crying to me when you don't understand how to become a master digital marketer. Don't come crying to me when you don't understand the business of online business. Don't come crying to me, right? When you thought this was just a biz op for you to get set up and slang to others and it's not working for you because in order for things to work for us online, we've got to learn digital marketing skills, which is the only thing that I sell when it comes to this course. Get the digital marketing course so you develop the digital marketing skills and you learn online business so you become a pro digital marketer. So what does get the knowledge mean? And when does it ever stop? So we can just take this all by itself. And there could be so many people who are like, Steph, I can't even go further than this because I haven't even committed to getting the knowledge. You've invested. We've all invested, right? It's like what my husband told me many years ago. He's like, you got all them books. How many have you read? What have you done with them? That was an ouch moment for me. What have you done with them? He said, how many have you finished and how have you applied them to your business? But like a lot of people went to conferences, right? Went to little expos. Someone said, hey, go buy this book. I went to Amazon and bought it. Got caught up in the hype of things. This book's gonna change my life. Right? Guru said to buy this book. Guru said to buy this book, right? Buy the book, you never do anything with it. That's not getting the knowledge. That's investing, or should we just say throwing away our money? Number two, and it's so funny, right? Because even the Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. You think about that for a second. It's so deep, it's almost, you can't even describe it. So it's kind of like when it comes to our knowledge in our business, it's kind of like we know that our success rides on getting the knowledge. So it's almost like we can say the fear of failure is the beginning of knowledge, because I know I got to get this knowledge and do something with it. Part of getting the knowledge is actually doing something with it, is actually applying, is actually seeing growth, experiencing growth. Crazy, right? Crazy. Number two, okay? So again, fail-proof plan to make $100,000 a year or more in your online business. Okay, number one, someone say, get the knowledge. Obtain it. That's what get means. Obtain it. Get this bottle. I've obtained it. Number two, decide that there is no other option but $100,000 or more inside of your online business for the next 12 months. Treat it as if you went to a job interview and you said, I'm sorry, I can't accept that amount. This is the least amount that I can come to work for you for. This is the least amount. Can't accept that. So for yourself, go decide that if I'm going to get the knowledge, if I'm going to go invest $500 because my mentor said, like, this is where I'm going to get the knowledge from, and I'm going to devote 45 minutes to an hour at the beginning of all of this. Like at the beginning, I'm willing to devote 45 minutes to an hour every day to start getting this knowledge. And there's going to be action steps and steps that I'm taking. Yeah, I'm doing this for no less than $100,000. So all the years I did not hit $100,000, I had never decided on it. I never said I wanted it. The first year I hit $100,000, 108 to be exact. The month prior, I decided on it and I created the plan for it. That was the year that I hit $108,000, because all my mind could conceive every single day was what it was taking. Everything I knew that it was going to take, the numbers, the math, everything, the people. That's all I was fixated on. So because I made that decision, everything conspired to help me achieve it. The ideas for the promotions, the ideas for the emails, the ideas for the extra things that I would do, all of the ideas, right? Everything just started to conspire in my favor so that I knew what to do and how to do certain things to pull this off. My mind started to speculate on all the ways to make that happen. And I made it happen because I didn't see any other way. I was accepting the job at $100,000 for that year, no less. And because I worked for myself, guess what? I decided to give myself an $8,000 bump and made $8,000 more. Where can you do that on your job? Unless you work for commissions. Where can you do that on your job? So maybe if we would stop complaining about what we can't do on our job and start setting ourselves up to do it for ourselves, why not be empowered that way? How about that? So part of your fail-proof plan is deciding 6 figures. That's it. 6 figures. That's it. See no other number, no other outcome. You're not trying to figure out anything. It's the knowing. Do the math, create the plan, put all the provisions in place that support it, and get to work. Allow your mind, your body, your spirit, everything to speculate on how you're going to pull it off. See, the reason why, again, the masses don't get this, won't get this, and struggle, and even the reason why I was a part of the masses at one point. I didn't want to be, but until I figured this out, I was. Steph, what do you mean by that? Because I've had bad years in my business. And do you know what a big majority of those bad years were really about? Wondering why things were happening to me. Wondering why people were succeeding where I wasn't. Wondering what was wrong with me. Wondering why people weren't buying. Do you know why I'm experiencing, first off, the first year I hit 6 figures, I didn't care. You were either in or out. And then between that first year of hitting 6 figures and now, right, I dipped a lot in terms of like the way I viewed people and their importance in my life. Their importance in my life. Didn't want to let go of a whole lot. Didn't want to let go of email lists. Didn't want to let go of people. The reason now it's exponential growth is because I realize it's not about who's hanging on. They can keep hanging on, but it's about who's out there that's already designated to be my buyer this year, and me doing the work to attract them, to connect with them, because I've already decided on what I'm earning. I've already decided. Right? So it's just like wanting to lose weight, and every morning you get up and all you can be fixated on, right, is maybe how you look, and you're like, I'm disgusting, and how did I gain all this weight? It's a done deal, boo-boo. It's a done deal. You weigh what you weigh, you look like what you look like. It is what it is. It's a done freaking deal. It's a wrap right now. The way you begin to melt all that, reshape all that, is by doing something. So if you're deciding to lose the weight, then what are you doing to back that decision? Because all that other stuff is not doing you any good. Do you see how when you begin to stack these things, you can't help but, again, it's like I said, it's like you almost change at this cellular level. You literally do become a different person. Because when I work with people, the things that come out of their mouth, I know they don't mean it. I know they don't want to think that way, but they do, because that's what comes out. So it means, like, at the DNA, at the cellular level, it's still very much so a part of the way they think, but that's not really what I meant. I know, but it's still what came out, which means it is the way you think. So again, when we start, again, this fail-proof mindset, fail-proof everything, it's only fail-proof because of the belief that we have behind it, the way that we're actually approaching it. And we understand, like, I can't fail. I can't fail by doing this. Number 3. Okay, number 3. Again, fail-proof plan to make $100,000 a year, right, in your online business. Getting super solid. Okay, again, now we're moving a little bit more back into the practical. Okay, it's all practical in my opinion. Again, matter of perspective though, right? Because you'll think there's nothing wrong with your mind. I know different, because I knew different for myself. It's all practical. The way we think is still practical, because you can still do something about it. We make it sound like, oh, just give me the practical stuff. Well, if you can't fix your mind, then what's the practical and really do? Because then there's always that element of, but will this work for me? You guys, I've had people tell me things, all kinds of stuff where I'm like, that's why. Like, that's why you're struggling. That's why. From believing they can't learn certain things, right? From believing people make them feel a certain way. Again, it's fingers pointing out versus pointing in. That's never a recipe for success anywhere. So number 3, you have to decide to get solid on the people you're going to serve in your business. You got to decide to stand for something. Now, this right here has been a huge catalyst in my business. And the reason I was able to get to this place so tough is because I got solid on me, on what I wanted and the kind of business I wanted. If I didn't want a headache of a business, well, then I got to make sure the people that I want to attract aren't headaches of people. Makes sense? And so I got really clear on who I wanted to serve, who I wanted to help, and who I wanted to sell to. Because what I realized, again, and here's where that's fail proof, I can't fail if every single day, I'm going to blow your mind here, if every single day I'm showing up and I'm only speaking to the person that tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, Steph, right? Tell me what you know. Tell me how you got here. Tell me how to get started. Teach me your blueprint. Teach me your ways." I can't even conceive it. Because here's the thing. What if every single day I got up and I had a coffee or a lunch or tea with one person every single day? Just one person every single day for the entire year. So out of the whole year, I met with 365 people. Just one person, right? Every day. And this one person that I was meeting with every single day, the common thing, the thing they all had in common was they were like, "Steph, teach me your ways. Teach me what you know. Show me how to make money from life. Show me," right? You show me, right? And I'll follow you. I'll do what you say. I can't, how can I lose? How can I lose? Because it only takes 200 of them to buy my course if that's all that I'm selling. And I've made $100,000 for the year. And if I'm only meeting with people that specifically tapped me on the shoulder and said, "I want to do what you do. Teach me your ways." Well, I'm winning. I'm winning every day. So online, it's no different. It's no different to me. I don't need the friggin' masses. Because why? We already know the masses are failing. The masses are doomed. They're failing. I don't need the masses. In fact, I need a smaller number of people. I will speak to the masses, yes, because I know marketing. I understand that. But I don't need the masses to say yes to me. The masses will join my email list. The few, the chosen, the 16%, will invest in themselves to get what it is that they want. So when I got solid on my niche, my target person, and I'm like, "Steph, every single day you wake up, what do I need to do, give, or create, right, to make Michelle's day?" That's my avatar's name. If I create this, will she buy it? Yes, she will. I can't lose. My plan is fail proof. If every single day I'm showing up for the person that I'm meant to serve. You cannot convince me that I can lose. I heard someone share this the other day, and I know people, the dynamics of how they run their business is different, but I heard someone share, and I'm not saying anything about this person whatsoever, but it blew my mind. And I think God was trying to remind me of something. She said she remembered the first year she hit $100,000. She had 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. The first year I hit $100,000, I had just at 3,000 subscribers. Don't tell me what I don't know. Don't tell me I'm not showing up to inspire the new person that you don't need the masses. You don't need a gazillion. You don't need humongous. You just need the fail-proof mindset and to realize you are destined not to fail. That's all that you need. 30,000. The first year I hit 108,000, I had 3,000 subscribers. But I was so focused. I was in there. I knew who I was talking to in every single video. So in every single video, I was only talking to people that wanted what I was offering because they were deliberately searching for it. I knew what they wanted, and I showed up to give it to them. I'm telling you, I know what I know. Y'all, and this is the same channel I had at that time. I wasn't even treating YouTube that seriously over the past few years. And I've still done $100,000 or more a year. Because there are just some things that I know, they're fail-proof because of the way that I see them. Is this making sense? Is this like a waste of your time? And I'm not being funny, but is this helping you? Because there's always a reason for why something's not working for us. And if we can't identify what's been going wrong all this time, then how in the heck do we know what's right? Or how to distinguish between what's right and wrong so we can start doing more of the right things? Number 4. So I hope that bit about the whole you understand. I can easily say this is my framework for earning $100,000 a year. Get the knowledge, decide you want to earn 6 figures, get really solid on your niche, and you walk away not a bit better. You walk away not a bit better because you're like, oh, okay, I heard it. Remember what I said earlier, that I was going to help you understand why it's fail-proof, like what makes it fail-proof. Not just the fact of I decided on my niche, but I knew if I decided and I spoke to that person every day for 365 days, how in the heck can I lose? Maybe by some people's standards, I'm losing, but by my standards, I'm winning. Number 4. This was another key in my first year of hitting 6 figures with 3,000 YouTube subscribers and right around 2,500 people on my email list. No videos were viral. I wasn't speaking on stages. No one even really cared or knew who I was. I've never really been a big deal in the industry. Not what was me. Y'all should be like dancing in your seats right now. Because if you've ever thought that's what it takes to win, I'm telling you it doesn't. Because I've never been that person. I'm supposed to serve the people I'm serving because I am who I am and I've experienced what I've experienced. And I've never been a guru. I've never been a big deal. I've literally just always been the people's marketer. Kid you not. Number 4, get solid on what you want to sell them. Fail-proof plan to make $100,000 plus a year in your online business. Get solid on what you're selling in your business. And honestly, I don't even want to say it that way. Get solid on what you're selling them, your people. Going into my $108,000 year, that first year, I knew exactly what I was selling. I knew the math. I was solid. So since I was solid on them and I was solid on what I was selling, it's no wonder every single day I showed up in my videos, I knew exactly who I was talking to. I was delivering what they needed. I became their go-to person. I knew going into that year, I was selling a product where the top tier was 1,000. That's my focus was to sell the $1,000 thing. If I got 100 customers buying that $1,000 thing, it was $100,000. Simple. Anyone that bought in the lower packages, I didn't count them as one of my customers towards 1,000. Therefore, because I knew my numbers, I knew exactly what I was selling. Again, everything conspired to help me. I got the ideas for promos. I got the ideas for videos. I got the ideas for emails. I got the ideas for everything that I did. I got the idea for special training events that I would market just to bring more people in because they realized they weren't going to get the help that they needed. See, for me, marketing, promotions, and flash sales and the things that I do, it's never out of a fear of, or it's not out of a marketing gimmick or a marketing scheme. Can I just be real? The reason my plans are fail-proof is because I know where I need to go. And if I'm short somewhere, I put a plan in place to make up the doggone shortfall. I don't care what anyone thinks about it. Because any major business does the exact same thing. Do you think Publix does BOGOs on Thursdays out of the goodness of their hearts? No, I bet you they have a big old spreadsheet. And they know when they got to do BOGOs to hit their targets, to hit their numbers. I bet they know statistically when certain BOGOs sell better than others. No company, no business gives you extra for less out of the goodness of their friggin' hearts. Yes, you can argue the fact that it's overpriced anyways, and when Victoria sells 7 panties for $35, they're overpriced anyways, and they're probably still overpriced when I buy them at that. That's a mute point, and that's stupid, and that's the way the masses think. The way a business person understands it is that's a company that knows their numbers. And part of their numbers are influenced by the promos that they run. Why? Because at the beginning of the year, they know where they want to go, right? And everything begins to conspire to help them in achieving that. Marketing ideas, everything. It doesn't just happen because it happens. So when I had that one, again, why I know this is fail-proof and who it's fail-proof for is because when I knew what I was selling, just like I know what I'm selling in my business right now. For those of you guys that have gone through the blitz, you should be thinking, like, as you see more of my business materialize, you should be like Steph's been teaching us from her own doggone business. You should see how literally I'm giving you the blueprint. I'm giving you the plays. When I walked you through how to do products and the various ways that you can sell the products, the way you can look at your business and the kind of customers you can bring in. Like I'm giving you a play right out of my book. Is because if we're willy-nilly, you get willy-nilly. If you're intentional, you get intentional. Fail-proof is when you know where you're going and you bend things to get what you want. You bend things. So in this world, yes, that's promotions, that's sales, that's specials, that's list segmenting, that's paying. Oh, yes, all that, y'all, digital marketing, by the way. So for anyone that thinks you don't have to invest money to learn this stuff, then again, just scoot with the masses, because that's what they think. And that's why they're always wondering why people are doing what they're doing and why they're getting the results that they're getting, because it's a whole skill set. Making money is a skill. If you can tell, it's a skill. My marketing mind is a skill that makes me money. It's a skill. Do you guys see how so many people, they know this much really about digital marketing? This much. That's checkers. And I want to say nowadays, even $100,000 smooth every single year takes a chess player. I don't care what anyone says, you're just not going to luck up on $100,000 a year. You're not. I have good friends, you guys, that have been in the space as long as I have that recently went back to work because they just didn't want to implement. They just didn't want to play chess. So part of my first year earning $100,000 with such a small channel is the fact that I was intentional. I knew what I was selling. It was impossible to fail. Yeah, I'm not even joking, Veronica. It's sad. That's why I had to cut myself off from a lot of people, because I felt like a lot of people were trying to influence me. Like, don't you just want to go back to work? No, there's nothing in me that wants to go back to work. I will figure this out. If something's broken, I will figure this out. Because again, I feel like I'm one of those people where this is where I'm supposed to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. Because to me, this isn't about a means of making money. It's a means of serving, and I get to make money by showing up at the high service of others. Make sense? So it's like, if I'm not making all the money, I'm like, okay, Steph, where are we missing the serving? Where are we missing serving people? You're missing the mark here somewhere, girl. Let's figure it out. It's not a new program. It's okay. I'm not serving at a high enough level. How can I serve? Where can I serve? So I get to make the money that I desire because I serve. And if you don't believe what I'm getting ready to say, go read Romans. I forget exactly where it is. Veronica might be able to tell you exactly where it is. But there's nothing good in any of us. Therefore, I'm not worthy of making the money. I'm not worthy of it. That's not a factor into making money. None of us is worthy of it. You work for what you want. You work for it. You're not worthy of it. Not an inkling in any of us is worthy of anything. You're not worthy of a good life. You work for a good life. And more people really need to understand this in the world that we live in right now, where we think it's all about worthiness and all of these things that we think are just supposed to be given to us. You work for what you want. Again, masses and the very few that are succeeding. The ones that are succeeding realize, believe it or not, I got to work for what I want. There you go. Romans 3, 10, and 12. Be blessed. Be blessed by the truth. Romans 3, 10 through 12. Don't take my word for it. So going into that year again, I knew what I was selling. Couldn't fail. I know what I'm selling this year. Can't fail. And you see how, again, with all of this, the reason it's fail proof is because when I get the knowledge, is because I know I'm getting the knowledge for the people I'm serving, for the niche of people I'm serving. So I can serve them at a higher level and sell them what I know I'm here to sell them. So nothing's a hope and a wish and a prayer. Nothing is me throwing spaghetti against the wall. It's very intentional from the moment when I decide to get the knowledge, because I'm getting it for a very, very intentional reason. Number 5, daily content. Daily content. You guys, it's funny when people are like, do I gotta do daily content? All I know is that everyone I know that runs ads, they run ads daily. They spend money daily or invest money daily into running ads. And honestly, that can pay you, that can give you what you want so much faster than the organic stuff. So if they're running ads daily, why do you think you don't have to show up daily in your business? Someone can say, ouch. Because you're going to either invest your time or you're going to invest your money, or you can do a combo. I'm just here to bring you the truth. So if people that are gaining a farther reach because they are buying ads and they have a daily ad spend, are running ads daily, how do you conceive any chance of winning without a plan for people to discover you and consume you and learn about you and click through and visit your website and open your emails daily? How? Sway, how? And I know you don't have the answer to that. So our plan, again, it's fail-proof. When it's not, oh my gosh, I have to go live. This is the path I've chosen. I get to go live. I get to have a voice. I get to serve. I get to inspire people. I get to do this so people can say, I'm so glad I found you. I'm so glad you were there. I'm so glad I purchased this from you. I'm so glad I get to learn from you. I love the digital marketing course, but it's your mentorship. I get to do this because those are the results that are out there waiting for me. So it's my pleasure to get to do this versus going to bed right now because I've got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to clock in at my med card at 6:45 in the morning. So fail-proof, you can't tell me if I shoot the videos, I won't make the money. If I go live, I won't make the money. If I do these things, I won't build my email list. And as my email list grows, I won't make more money. You can't tell me. That knowing creates this being fail-proof for me. Number 6. And you guys, again, do you see how this just keeps layering? I show up daily. I'm selling the thing I know I'm supposed to sell. I'm in alignment with who I'm talking to. So it's every single day as I show up, I'm talking to that person that tapped me on the shoulder and said, Steph, put me on. Teach me your way. Show me how to do this. I'm ready. See, that's all that I envision, is that I'm showing up for people that are like, I'm ready, Steph. I'm listening. Credit card in hand. How can I win? How can I lose? How can I lose? When every single day, that's the person I'm showing up for. Now, again, let's use my example for a second. That every single day you have a lunch date, a dinner date, not a dinner date, but a coffee date, a tea date, because someone tapped you on the shoulder and said, teach me your ways. Credit card in hand, I want to learn what you do. Help me get started. Well, I don't know if I'm going to go today because yesterday that person wasn't too great. They said they wanted to learn, but they didn't even buy. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go to this meeting today because yesterday didn't go so hot. Could you fathom doing that? Why would you do it online? Do you see how? What did I say earlier? Right? It's like you're choosing to stack the cards against you. I feel like I show up daily, I'm guaranteeing myself to win. I'm going to win if I show up daily. I'm going to be the one that wins by showing up daily. Yeah, because I'm telling you, at the end of first quarter, the goal that I set for myself, hitting that goal, I'm not going to remember any of I'm going to sign up, I'm on my way. I'm not going to remember any of the people that didn't do what they said they were going to do. I'm not going to even know about the people that never made the decision. I'm only going to be so thankful for those that did say yes for one reason or another. So knowing that, I'm winning every single day, showing up for those I'm supposed to show up for, because they're going to win, and I'm winning because they're winning, because they're making the decisions to move their life forward, their business forward, their finances forward. Do you see how when we're losing, we have a fraction of this knowing and this belief? We don't even know to think this way. We don't even know to think this way. We just know how to say some good affirmations, some good mantras, but how to really think in a way that's fail-proof so that we can move in a way that's fail-proof and adapt different ways of viewing things and doing things so it's fail-proof. Taught. It's very much so taught and caught, right? And then adapted into our lives. Because you can be here learning, but how much are you catching? How much more of an awareness will you have around these things as you're navigating your business on a daily basis? right? When you go to purchase and or invest in the roadmap, will you navigate it differently now? Will you navigate my mentorship differently now when you plug in and you start to, take in all of this stuff? When you ask for advice and advice is given to you, right? Will you hold a bit tighter to it? Realizing it's not just something that was thrown to you, but literally was given to you in good faith that you would do something with it. Like all of these little things stack the cards in your favor of you having a fail-proof plan. Like, to sum it all up, it really is how you think about these things. And coming up with like your own formula for why it is fail-proof. Does that make sense? Like really asking yourself, why is this fail-proof? If I think this way, if I do it this way, why is it fail-proof for me? Challenge yourself on these things and see how that stacks up differently compared to or against anything that you've already been doing and or thinking. All right. Number 6. Earlier we talked about I can't give you the fail-proof mindset, but you can borrow mine, right? So one of the things you have to be committed to is daily growth. Daily growth. Because again, fail-proof, when you really begin to understand fail-proof, it begins to make way in your life for other things as well, for other areas of your life as well. Like, I didn't even plan to share this, but yes, it's relevant. For a lot of y'all that have hung out with me for a while, like my weight, right? It's like my nemesis. But of course I can do something about it. I just choose not to be disciplined when it comes to my eating and my workout, right? Like that's the truest I can be around it. I choose not to be disciplined. When it comes to your businesses or lack of results or anything that you've gotten thus far, if it's lack of results, because I believe I'm talking to people that want to make their first 10,000 or want to get to a place of consistently earning or getting the $10,000 months, right? So I think it's safe to assume either you're just getting started or maybe you're a little bit on the struggle bus, okay? Just a fair assumption, not like being messy or mean, but I know my audience. So I don't struggle with weight loss. You see what I'm saying? What do I really struggle with? Do I struggle with weight loss? No, I struggle with discipline, a lack of discipline, right? I struggle with discipline. Last night, I woke up and I had this excruciating pain in my stomach. My husband works nights. And I told him, and I'm sorry if this is triggering for anyone that may have experience in their life. I don't want it to be triggering, so I'm just going to warn you. But I told him this morning, and I said, I understand how people think something's wrong and end up dying of a heart attack because I didn't ask for it. I literally thought I was having a heart attack last night. I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. Because for women, it usually starts in their stomach, not their left arm. And my stomach had never hurt that bad. And I was like, well, I'm not going to call my husband. I'm not going to call 911 because I just don't believe that's what this is. As I laid back in bed, I said, I'm done. Literally, I said, I am done. Tomorrow, I start caring about my weight. Actually, like right now, it's just I was asleep. So clearly I wasn't, but my decisions are changing. Because I know this has everything to do with my lack of discipline for my health. I couldn't see it any other way. But I posted something on Facebook, right? And it had everything to do with that for me last night. Y'all, it should not take a back against the wall moment to decide to get a breakthrough. It doesn't need to take that. You shouldn't wake up at night and say, I think I just might not finish off the night. Not good. And I say that I jokingly, yes, but I was like, I don't want to call 911 because it might be silly. But all I knew was I can't do this anymore. This is stupid. This is stupid when I have control over it. it shouldn't take though a back against the wall moment to say it's time for my breakthrough. It's time to get serious. Not when you have like experiences like this that can be wake-up calls. Like they're subtle wake-up calls in a way. I know there's probably nothing very subtle about me or my approach, but you understand what I'm saying. I'm likely not talking to you as someone that's on your last paycheck. You're likely not homeless. You're likely not eating cat food. Do you know what I'm saying? So like in a way, this is subtle. So while your back is not against the wall, why not say things like, I have a trouble, I can't make money. I struggle making money. I struggle with creating content. I struggle with doing videos. I struggle with whatever the things you said you struggle with, and really get down to the root of what's going on. Because there is a root. Usually what we complain about is the result, right? So I don't struggle with weight loss, right? Actually, I'm actually really, really good at weight gain, right? So I'm doing something right in that department, right? The struggling with weight loss is the result of a discipline in my life, right? A lack of discipline in something, a lack of fixing something. So like the way that I look at it now, my plan now, I'm not losing at losing weight. I'm not losing that battle. I will never be heavier than I am. Y'all hear me on this. You think about this. Yeah, exactly. Thankfully, it wasn't a heart attack. Like for sure. I use every lesson as like a lesson on life that can be applied in so many areas of our business to make us better. Right? So usually whatever we're complaining about, right, that's just the result because we lack discipline or we weren't taking care, we weren't doing something. Right? We got to start looking at our business that way again, a fail-proof plan. Okay? If you're not figuring it out tonight, like why these steps make your business fail-proof, please like just decide to do the work so you come to your own conclusions around why it's impossible to fail. That's my thing. It is impossible to fail, right? Because I've created levels of certainty around each and every one of these things. So again, with my weight loss, I'll never be heavier than I am right now, ever. I'm only losing weight. I am only transforming my body. I am only doing what is favorable to getting me to a healthy, ideal weight for myself. That's the person I choose to be right now. And those are the decisions I choose to make every single day. So right now, you are that person that's running, right? Candace, you are running a $100,000 a year online business. You're not running that business at the end of the year once you realize you've hit 100,000. You're running that business right now, because if you don't run that business right now, what are you building then? If you're not building and working and managing and growing a $100,000 a year business right now, then whatever you say you're growing is likely the outcome that you'll experience. So Candace, you are that $100,000 a year business right now. Same thing with each and every one of you guys, right? I am at my goal weight. I am the woman that's at her goal weight. Period. The woman at her goal weight manages her eating decisions, her eating choices, right? And she moves her body. She does zone 2 workouts every single day. She's responsible, right, for her body because no one else can be. I could have a mentor that comes to my house every single morning, or a coach that comes to my house every single morning, and their energy could be through the roof. But if I'm on point when they're here for that hour, and then I'm in the bag of chips all throughout the day, what's the point? That's not me being that person. That's me putting on a facade for a period of time. Your business, you guys, especially like if you're making the decision to just get started in this, allow the transformation to happen at the moment that you transact that purchase. That you're purchasing the course as a $100,000 a year business owner. Because why else would you purchase the course? Well, why else would you purchase it? Or whatever your goal is. Well, that's the person that's purchasing it. Not the person that's fearful, doubtful, hoping this pays off. Because who makes investments into themselves like this? People who know they're going somewhere. Because we're not stupid, right? Like, I'm not going to just blow my money if I don't think I'm going somewhere. I'm not going to buy a car and never drive it. I'm not going to drive to the airport knowing no one's there waiting for me. I'm not going to go to a building where I know I don't work at. I'm not going to go to the grocery store and leave my purse at home. Those are silly decisions, right? So I'm not going to take my debit or credit card out, ping my PayPal, fire up my Afterpay or Klarna without knowing this is it right here. This is the vehicle. Right? Like, this is a tool I invested into for my $100,000 a year business, for my 6-figure business. How many of y'all that blew your mind just in itself? Versus, again, what we always say, you got to get the knowledge. What was your mind when you purchased the course, maybe? If you purchased it. And if you're purchasing it, I really want you to go into it with that in mind. You're purchasing it as a 6-figure business. You guys, these steps here, okay? The things I just outlined here. All right, getting the knowledge. The decision to be a 6-figure business. Intentional about my niche and my people I'm serving. Intentional about what I'm selling. Showing up daily to serve them. I'm always serving. I'm always serving. Selling, right, is the highest version of serving. You give me, people give me the opportunity to serve them at a higher level when they buy the products of my business. I help people when people buy the products of my business. So showing up daily to serve, committing to my own growth daily, right? Like, really, like, looking at life as a continuous learning opportunity. From the first year I hit 100,000, right? And I've gone on to earn more, and I've gone on to earn a little bit less. Like, it hasn't been totally uphill the whole time in terms of my earnings, but I've consistently had a thriving business. Again, because I don't concede to failure. I don't know how to compute that. I'm not saying bad things haven't happened. No, absolutely not. But I don't concede to failure. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it looks like. All I know is how to make things easier. All I know is how to make things more palatable for me. All I know is how to get what it is that I want. All I know is that it's just failure is not a possibility. I just know that my plan is fail-proof. And you understand, failure is something you commit to. Failure is something that you concede to. Failure is tapping out because your arm's getting ready to break if you don't. Or you're going to go night-night if you don't tap out. That's failure. Might you lose for a season? Yeah. You might have a bad quarter, or have a bad week, or have a bad half a year. Failure is literally giving up. So my plan is fail-proof. For me, for all the right reasons, because I know why every single thing matters. And that's what each and every one of you have to figure out for yourself. Because there's no way that you can dispute any of these as being Steph, it doesn't take that. Oh, it doesn't? Because everything that I shared here, it takes. Everything I shared here, it takes. But deciding why it's fail-proof for you and why by having an emphasis on these things and working these things and committing to these things, just like breathing, they work for you. I'll share this last thing and then I'll talk about getting started and what this digital marketing course is all about, what it does for you. In 2009 and 2010, I found myself involved in an MLM network marketing company, Beachbody. And the reason I joined Beachbody is because I had transformed my body using the workouts of the company. And this was before the company went MLM. I actually bought the products through an infomercial. And when I found out they went MLM, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is the perfect opportunity for me to try my digital marketing skills, right? And build an MLM network marketing organization, right? For all the reasons the company made sense. And I remember I was like, but I don't want to do it on YouTube like I've done everything else. I want to try my hand at social media, which was Facebook. I only had like 500 people on Facebook though. And I'm like, okay, what do I know about building like network marketing companies and what are other people doing on Facebook where I know they're building successful network marketing companies? The first thing that came to mind to me was, having that infamous list of 100 people. Why do we have the infamous list of 100 people? Because when people know, like, and trust you, they're more apt to buy from you. Perfect. So I went out there. My first thing was, let me grow a warm market of people for Facebook, right? So I went to groups on Facebook where I knew people worked out or were already using the products of the company, right? Or that were on weight loss journeys. And I brought those people onto my profile, right? They became my friends on Facebook, right? And every day I had a strategy how I would work the groups and I would get people to send me friend requests and we would have conversations. And I was like, if they become my friend, then as I post on Facebook, right, they're going to be inquisitive about what I'm posting because they're perfect for what I'm posting. Okay, you guys see how I've always just had a knack for this. And so I remember as I started working it, I was like, this is so friggin' mundane. This is so mundane. But I remember telling myself it's impossible to fail. Steph, if you keep doing this like every single day, it's impossible to fail. Y'all, I'm not even kidding. About a month into it, on most days, people that were connecting with me for the first time, oftentimes I would look up and they would have bought a product or enrolled to be a business builder on my team. There wasn't a month where I was not in the Success Club, and oftentimes I would get in the Success Club within the first week of the month. I won an all-expense paid cruise on the Epic, I think it was. Not the Epic, but Oasis of the Seas, which at that time was the largest cruise ship. Just working my business. But that was the mindset that led me. It's impossible to fail. There's no way this plan can fail me. If I'm connecting with brand new people every single day, and let's run this back. Why did I have that mindset? I'm connecting with brand new people every single day. These are people that are in the market for what I'm offering in my business. We also have a really great money-making opportunity, and who's not down for making money, doing something that they love? If I'm connecting with them and I'm bringing them into my world, where now they're open to the possibility of seeing my post, where I was doing what, y'all? Documenting my journey. Here's my smoothie. Here's my shake. Here's my eating plan. Here's the before and after picture of my jeans as my jeans kept shrinking. I was building a captive audience and I was sharing my journey. How was I going to fail? How was I going to fail? And I did not. I simply did not. I succeeded pretty wildly. I got so cold at my business, y'all, where literally there were some instances where I would look at someone's profile before connecting with them, like sending them a friend request. And I'm like, they're going to be in my business. I could just tell by the vibe of their picture. Sure enough, they end up being in my business or buying the products from me. So many times that happened. So when I say fail proof, this is just because, oh, these past couple of months I've looked up on something. No. I've been online a long time. I've experienced a lot of different things. I've made money in a lot of different ways. Again, I know stuff. And again, the way you think about things and approach things, you don't even have to try to convince someone you know what you know. Your results speak much louder than what your lips are saying. So I don't want you to give this lip service. I don't want you to fake the funk. I want you to do the work to know that you are following a fail-proof plan, that you are fail-proof. Because you have identified all the reasons why this can't fail. And I don't even want you to think about this. Think about it that way. I want you to identify all the reasons for why it must work, for why there's no other way. Like there's just no other way. This works. This will work. It is working. It is fail-proof. And then why it's working for me. Right? Create that sense of knowing. And I'm telling you, whether you're just getting started or whether you've been on the struggle bus, things have to change. Things have to change. So your $100,000 a year, and y'all, my first $100,000 a year, I was promoting a janky biz op with very, very little value. I was the value. I was the value add. So it's not about what you sell. It's not about what you promote. It's not about a $25 a month deal over a $500 deal. It's not about any of that stuff. If you have convinced yourself that you're going to fail at this and that something else makes more sense, well, then yeah, just leave, because you will fail at this, but you'll likely fail at anything else that you attempt because you're not understanding the picture. You're thinking it's about the thing versus all of the elements that make anything work for you. It's a big difference. Do you see how this attached to anything I want to sell? Banger. Yes, anything I touch turns to gold. Because I bring my knowing into it. Give me anything to sell. I'll find the solution in it. I'll find the person in it that I need to sell it to. I'll find the solution for that person. I'll create the marketing message. I'll create a journey around it. I'll be a true product of that thing. And where people have struggled, right, I will show them how to be successful selling it. I'm telling you, when you create this knowing, this certainty, everything changes. Everything changes. I really, really hope this has been helpful for you guys tonight. I'm going against all of my fears when it comes to sharing things like this, because I know the masses are not ready. The masses don't want to hear this. The masses want to hear, get in, make money fast. You absolutely can. You absolutely can. But I've just increased your opportunities for making it so, right, by dropping this on you. And what did I say at the beginning of the call tonight or the live stream tonight? What I'm sharing tonight will cause you to make money, period. Like, who believes that for themselves? Who believes that what was shared tonight will cause you to make money and likely make money more effortlessly than maybe what you thought was necessary? I can't recommend the digital marketing course with master resale rights that I sell, because no matter how you want to make money online, no matter what you want to do, you've got to develop the digital marketing skills and you've got to learn the business of online business. Everything I do right now is because I'm a great digital marketer, because I know the business of online business, right? And there's not anything that I've done over the years that didn't require me to know digital marketing and online business skills. Not anything. And so that's why I offer this course. And I offer this course because not only do you get to acquire the knowledge and develop the skills that no one can ever take away from you. Opportunities are a dime a dozen, and anyone can take an opportunity away from you. Anyone can take a distributorship away from you. Anyone can close up shop on you. If you're constantly looking for the next opportunity, you're always going to be left empty-handed at some point. If you begin to develop the skills to pay the bills, right, you become a boss at some point. You become a boss at some point. Nobody can ever put me out of business. I control my links. I control my payments. I'm not waiting for someone to pay me. I become the boss. That's what this course puts you on to. It helps you develop those skills so that you can always be in business. You can always write your own check. So you have the skill set and the knowledge part that no one can ever take away. And then you have the opportunity part. The opportunity part allows you to take what you learn and create your own opportunities if you want to. You can literally use what you learn to go out there and be of value to other people. You can create services and products for other people based upon what you know or what you're learning through this digital marketing course. People have paid me thousands of dollars to write emails, to manage their emails, to build their websites and their systems, to create capture pages, to create money getting systems, to connect their integrations, right? To write copy for them, to create digital products. You name it as it pertains to digital marketing, and I've likely been paid for it. Because I developed the skills. That's called literally being able to write your own check. Not waiting for someone to give me an opportunity, right? I take my opportunities. I create my opportunities. And trust me, you stay in this space long enough, you will need to know how to create your own opportunities at some point. Things might not always be the way you want them to be. Can you whip together a digital product? Can you take something that you know, right, and turn it into something for someone else and have people that will pay you for it? That's what this course enables you to do. That's one part of the opportunity. The second part of the opportunity factor is you can get started just like I did when I first came online. I didn't know what I wanted to do. All I knew was I wanted to learn how to make money online. And when I was presented with the way to learn it and also earn from it by selling that to other people, that's what I did. And that allowed me to start making money fast because I got to get right out there and I got to start promoting and marketing. It allowed me to make money quickly. So we give you the opportunity to sell this course as your own. So if you love what you're experiencing in the course and you're like, okay, more people need this. And or like, this is how I want to get started. I want to make money by putting other people onto the course. You get a license to sell this course as your own. So every single time, right, someone decides to buy it from you because you've learned digital marketing skills, you've learned how to put yourself out there, you're following this right here, this framework, this guideline, this blueprint, that's $500 coming instantly and directly to you. No one else touches your money. And you're able to give that license to every single person that buys the course from you. So you're not only selling information, you're gifting people and empowering people with opportunity. And in this day and age that we're in right now, this economy, that is what people are screaming out there. Don't just teach me. Don't just show me. Don't just give me information. Right? Show me how I can turn this into something that can make me money. Right? Faster than average. I don't want to go through a huge setup phase. I don't want to be learning something for months and months and months and months. How can I create an opportunity to make money for myself faster than the average person? That's what this course does. And then the last element, which is so huge, is the ownership. Is that you actually get to own this course. So you get to download it and own it forever. So no one can ever take away the knowledge that you acquire or the physical knowledge you have access to. Learn from it forever. And no one can ever take away your opportunity. So let's say you start selling the course as your own. No matter what the creators of the course or the primary community decides to do, doesn't affect your earnings because you can continue selling that course as your own. Inside of the course, they even show you how, right, to create your own course. So you can use that instruction to create your own course with this course to forever be able to sell it as your own if you want to. It just doesn't get better than this. It really, really does not. The investment is $500. There's no annual fees. There's no monthly fees or ongoing costs. All upgrades are on the company. So as upgrades are made, you instantly get access to them. And then on top of that, you get my mentorship. You get my mentorship hub where there's additional resources and trainings. You get office hours on Tuesdays where you can pop in, ask questions, get guidance, get feedback. And then you also get ongoing support and training, right, to help you on your journey. We do pop up private training sessions, all kinds of stuff, right? Again, to support you on your journey. So you buy the course, but you're not in this all by yourself. You can be as involved as you choose to be. All right. So I really, really hope that you're leaving better. If you're like, Steph, I'm in, right? Like I am ready to be about this for myself. And that's what this is about, y'all. While I have all of this fine mentorship, not a day goes by where I remind myself that in this season, this is personal for me. It's about me putting my life vest on, me being the example for others, me handling my business first, letting people know what is possible and how it's possible. That's the key that so many are missing out there. Yeah, they can show you the screenshots of all the money they're making, but how is it possible? Are they helping you change your mindset, change the way you look at things, change the way that you do things? Are they helping you go from being average like everyone else, like the masses, right, to being extraordinary, right, and working your way towards the 16% that are succeeding? Or are they just getting you hyped up over the possibility and you still feel like there's a lack of, well, what do I really do? I want to empower you going into this, or if you're already in, right? Again, remind you of what you have your hands on and how you've got to approach this differently to change your life. Because to me, that's all that this is about. This is life-changing stuff. So don't wait until your back is against the wall or something so detrimental. Decide to get serious about this now. While you can still make the decision, right, and put yourself ahead of anything that could be heading your way, that might head your way, because we don't know. These past few years have been ridiculous, but no one can take away, right, our opportunity. No one can take away our ability to decide, you know what, I'm going to write my own check. I'm going to pay the cost to be the boss, and I'm going to set myself up. So no matter what happens, I have provisions for myself. That's the freedom. That's the liberty that we have, you guys. Don't squander it. Don't squander it. I really hope tonight has served you. Y'all take action, take charge. It's your life. You only have one life to live. Not only how will you live it for yourself, well, how will you go out there and be an inspiration to another? You want to make all the money you want to make? Take that into consideration. How will you go out there and be an inspiration to another? Go down to the description, click on GoProWithSteph.com. Again, GoProWithSteph.com. The link is right below in the description. Get all the information you need to get started. Send me an email, say, Steph, I'm in, and I will plug you into the mentorship. Have a fantastic night, you guys. All right, I'll see y'all around the webs. Bye-bye.